Hello and welcome to F124, continuing our Daniel Ricciardo career. As already on the home screen we can see here a secret meeting. That means that another team wants to talk with us and talk about maybe hiring us. Of course I hope for that to be Red Bull, but yeah, you never know, so let's just save that for a bit. Also, while this is playing, I just want to say if you missed out on the previous episode, which was quite a hectic race at our home Grand Prix, then make sure to go into the description and check that link out to the playlist. Also, I drove an insane car around the same track as today. There will also be a link for that in the description. Anyways, here you can see some R&D, and I want to show this because I'm going to go into the powertrain compartment now. And this is a massive one. We are already in P1, but this one is also gonna seal it even more. But yeah, let's just get into the secret meeting. Who wants to talk with us? And it's Aston Martin sitting at the table. An interesting team because, of course, in the last episode, spoiler alert, we did manage to get past them in the Constructors' Championship. So currently we are actually further up in the Constructors than Aston Martin. But on the paper, the car is still better. So I was kind of thinking if I should continue the talks, but I know that when you continue talks, it's gonna bring negative contributes as well. So yeah, I'm hovering over the decline now, as we are laying in a better position with Racing Bulls, and it's also gonna lock up for a Red Bull seat in the future, so I'm just gonna say no. But now sitting at the desk again, we're just gonna get into some quick practice, and I'm not gonna bore you with any of it, so let's just see how many resource points we got. So it's gonna be 300 resource points, so once again maximum points. Really nice way to get into this weekend here. Now going into qualifying, and this is my first lap even before it starts. Looking at my engine wear and then getting distracted, locking up and cutting the corner, and actually going past the pits even though the lap is gonna get invalidated. So let's just skip over this, it's gonna be invalidated either way. The 31.0, which is more than 2 seconds behind Hamilton, as you just saw there. So really disappointing start, but it was a bad lap, and of course yeah, with that start I didn't really press on too hard. But yeah, I'm just gonna take on some new tires here, and you can see Tsunoda with a 29.2, which is around 2 seconds faster than me at the moment. Of course that is not acceptable at all, so I'm just gonna have to go out and improve again, so I'm just gonna consider that. So this is the start of lap 2 in Q1 then. Yeah, it should be pretty easy to find an improvement here. Of course, the 2 seconds should be there. I should be close to Tsunoda or outperforming Tsunoda. But yeah, just really throwing the car in this first sector. It's of course a really flowy part, but actually it didn't feel that nice in the car, to be honest. It felt like the car just wouldn't really turn and wouldn't really brake as I wanted it to. Yeah, cutting forward, as you can see here, massive lockup as well. So yeah, clear problems here with the car. Going on to the last part here, the chicane, braking too late and turning in too late. Not really gonna be the best. I had to find 2 seconds out, and yeah, it was a 1 second improvement, but I threw it into the wall. So yes, I actually flashbacked and set a new timer that it was only good enough for 19th. So yeah, ended up getting knocked out in Q2, and now switching my engine components. I could do that either way. I'm gonna get some penalties, but I'm gonna start second last either way. So let's just take the penalties and get through to the race weekend.
No fewer than 12 world champions have been crowned at Suzuka, but who will be tasting glory today at the checkered flag? We're approaching lights out, and we can't wait for the Japanese Grand Prix. Alongside me today, a man small in stature but big on comment, Anthony Davidson. Hello. Now, you'll remember back from your racing days, Ant, working with the team and getting to know them is oh so important. And that's what this driver's going through at the moment. And I think one thing we are seeing with this driver at the moment is that they're very much embedded within the team. They know the team knows them, and it's working wonderfully. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, for them, you've got your pre-race rituals that you go through. You see different drivers that, some have got their headphones on, they're listening to the music. Some drivers really absorb the energy from the crowd and they're there waving to them. Other drivers, they go within themselves. They chat to their engineers, absorbing that information, that vital information that you need to carry you through the race. And, those pre-race rituals are essential to making things systematic. We do a lot of Grand Prix in a season, and the more systematic you can be, the easier you are within that environment.
As we sit here on the grid now, before the race start, looking through my strategies, but it was one clear choice. So just the first one, one stopper. Let's get into formation lap.
Here we go then, the formation lap gets underway and the excitement here is building as we near ever closer to the start of the race. Which team will come out on top? Who's got their strategies right for today's race? Well, we'll soon find out. As the cars come back towards the grid to line up for the start of the race, each driver will be wanting to get the best start they possibly can. And they'll be hoping to finish today's race on the podium, and failing that, within the points.
Really nothing noteworthy as everyone was on the same tire, but just let's start now. We are actually in front of Sargent, even though we took the grid penalties that you could see. But yeah, already getting overtaken by Sargent, but in return trying to get a move on Magnussen. It's not gonna go on. Let's see what we can do through this tight sector here. Of course, we are a lot of cars in a tight space, so people are gonna brake too much, and I will just save ERS here in the back without really going for anything. Staying behind Magnussen here. Sad to see that I am in 20th, but yeah, not really anything to do in the start phase as it was really tight and I would have to do a dive bomb and maybe risk damage. So didn't want that. We're getting through the lap now, around halfway. Let's see. Of course the AI brake a bit early and I just completely overshoot, but actually managing to get 3 overtakes done. An insane move there. Of course Ricciardo is known for the late dives, but that was kind of intentional, so yeah, actually ended up working for us. Just let's skip ahead now a little bit as we go through 130R now. Still ahead, still in the first lap, and again diving way too late. The brakes are so weird, but we overtake Bottas and cut the corner, getting a tank slipper on the exit. Actually managing to stay ahead of Bottas. That was probably not intended, and he's gonna try to get on the outside here. Can we cover it off? But he just backs out, so yes, we can cover it off. And now next target is gonna be Albon as we cut ahead a bit more. Having trouble in this corner once again, the hairpin. And Bottas is looking for the overtake, but he can't get through. Still managing to keep in front here. Of course really wanting to get into the DRS of Albon, but it already seems unlikely. He's outside of the second, and yeah, here once again on the exit getting a tank slapper, so really having trouble with the car at this track. As we skip ahead even more, it's gonna be lap 3 now. Yeah, I'm within the second of Albon, but it's not easy as I once again lock up and I just lose so much time here every time, getting squirrely on the exit. And I was within 6/10 it seemed, and now it's 1.2 seconds, so really lost a lot of time. And once again having problems at the exit of Spoon this time. Now Bottas is gonna look for the inside. Can he get it? No, it's gonna be too fast into 130R, so we're still gonna keep it for another lap. I really shouldn't be fighting down here. so really wanting to get up to Albon, but I'm losing time fighting with these kick Saubers that are way too slow for what I should be driving. As Bottas really has a lot of overspeed now and actually gets in front. Can we keep him behind now? And it's gonna be tight, but it looks like we end up in front, getting a tank slipper once again. But yes, keeping in front. It's really hectic at the moment. Really tough to stay ahead. Having a lot of trouble with the car, as I did in qualifying as well. Skipping ahead. It's gonna be the start of lap 5 now. Going through the chicane. What can Bottas bring down into turn 1? Let's see.
The gap to the teammate ahead of us. 6.7 seconds.
Going on the outside now. He has so much overspeed and we try to get it back, but we just have to brake and stay behind and respect that he is there. Yeah, really tough look for us to not even keep ahead of the kick Saubers. This is really tough. The car feels horrible. Maybe it's because I drove the Formula DS just a couple of days ago. Maybe not. Going on the grass here, really slidey. I'm gonna throw it into the wall at this rate. Getting an objective here from Mark. Oh, but we can't even look at that. I'm just spun the car. Now we're P20 once again. All the hard work undone. Or hard work, you could say it was just lucky dive bombs. But this won't help the tires and won't help the mood either. Yeah, skipping forward now. 2.5 seconds behind second last place. Getting worse by the second. And this objective told us to get into P16. That is now 4 places away. This is gonna be really tough. Now that was a lap 7 seconds slower than what I usually do. So yeah, just not good enough. Can I get through my tough corner here? And it actually seems like I can. But yeah, now it's gonna be a lonely race. I am 3.5 seconds behind. And I actually have to check the settings because I feel like I have traction control on or something. The car just feels really horrible. But yeah, I just couldn't find the issue. And I don't know what the problem was. It was so strange. The car was so good at our home race, but now it's decided to go really bad. As we nearly sent it into the wall, actually tapping the wall. Once again, getting squarely on the acceleration now. This is just so bad. Now 6.5 seconds behind, and once again just locking up, careering into the wall. And now I lose even more time as we're gonna try to get back on the road. Let's see how much time we've lost. I should just give up at this point. Now 20 seconds behind, we're skipping ahead to the chicane here, and I have made a decision. I thought maybe go on the hard tires and risk it to the end, but that's not why we're going into the pits. We're going into the pits because we want to retire the car. This is just not a good race, and we can't bring home a result this time.
Checkered flag, and our winner has landoed. It's Lando Norris for victory.
They led from lights out to the flag at the end, and their race victory was never in doubt, was it? Brilliant stuff by them.
Our drivers are making their way out for the podium celebrations, and it's going to be McLaren picking up the winner's trophy. Congratulations to the entire team for that fantastic performance.
So Norris wins this one. The third different winner in this championship so far. So out of 4 races, 3 different winners. That's really that's interesting. I think Leclerc will still be leading the championship as he managed to secure a podium once again. Managing to stay really close at the top as always. But yeah, good to see some different winners. I don't think McLaren is the best team. So yeah, it will be interesting to see how this battle evolves, as I think it's going to be close at the top. But yeah, let's look at the results. now get rid of this podium pass. And we can see Yuki Tsunoda actually managed to get into the point, so that is huge for the team. One more point, and he could actually manage to drive the car at this home race for him. So really nice to see him get points. Scrolling down, we are gonna be in P20 with a DNF. Really not something to be proud of for this race. My fastest lap, you can see, actually not the worst. Of course not the best, but yeah. Now the driver standings 1 point ahead of Tsunoda. And in the constructors we're gonna be equal with Aston Martin, but behind for all of the other reasons there are. But that is gonna be it for this one. I hope you enjoyed. It's gonna be one of the shorter ones, sadly, but yeah. Remember to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll just see you next time.